When I initially came to Morehouse, students would refer to me as Mama Welcher. And balancing sort of this role of, am I a professor? Am I a professional? Am I a mother, an auntie? That became a bit of a challenge as I made sense of it. I am Dr. Adria Welcher. I have the good fortune of serving as the chair of the Sociology department. I'm also an associate professor of sociology, as well as the director of general education at Morehouse College. That's a fascinating question. On the one hand, as a Spelman alumna, I always felt a connection to Morehouse. My husband is a Morehouse alumnus, so Morehouse has sort of been with me all of my adult life. I have 4 children, 3 of whom are boys. I think there's something really sacred about raising the next generation of young Black men. Although all racial minorities and ethnic minorities are challenged and attacked, there's something really unique historically about the experience of Black men. And I'm speaking of Black men generally, but in particular the descendants of enslaved Black Americans. And I feel as though the opportunity to pour into what I consider to be the future of our country is an invaluable one. And that's what has drawn me to Morehouse and kept me here. So serving at Morehouse has been very, very interesting. So as I mentioned, I'm a sociologist. So often the identity issue is one that is elevated in my mind, simply because that's my research, that's what I teach. So when I think of being Black, I feel very comfortable in this Black space, right? And Blackness, of course, is socially constructed, so it includes lots of things. But there are Black people that I see that look like my cousins and my siblings and my aunts and my uncles and my neighbors and teachers. So that aspect of community is a non-issue. However, the gender piece is different. When I initially came to Morehouse, students would refer to me as Mama Welcher. And balancing sort of this role of, am I a professor? Am I a professional? Am I a mother, an auntie? That became a bit of a challenge as I made sense of it. But the reality is that we all occupy multiple spaces. And that's one of the gifts that I have found of being here at Morehouse, is that I am able, in some cases, to mother, to auntie, to profess, to instruct, to guide. And all of those pieces are fabulous. And that is what has made this experience so rich and so wonderful for me. It takes a woman means so many things. The way that I initially think of it is as a part of a community. Our community literally could not live. It could not exist. It could not reproduce or proliferate without women. So women are integral in literally the livelihood, the sustenance of our lives. So it takes a woman to just kind of keep us alive. But then also the way that women are raised, right? We are raised to be thoughtful and resourceful and reflective and compassionate and considerate. And let me pause here. I am not suggesting that all of those things are okay, right? Our socialization can be problematic. But because women are socialized in these ways, we fill in all of the gaps that are missing in our community. So we're able to provide the love when that love is needed. We're able to provide the correction when the correction is needed. And that is sort of, it's not genetic. I want to be clear, it's not genetic. It's how we're socialized. And so in a community where we need to have correction and love and care and protection, it takes a woman to do those things. Morehouse needs women because as a part of the community, it takes all of us. So women are not necessarily here to cook and clean. I want to debunk that myth, right? But women are an integral part of the community. So it's sort of like, you know, if there are 2 halves coming together to make a whole, women are one of those halves. My name is Dr. Adria Welcher, and it takes a woman to make Morehouse, Morehouse.